Today has been a historic date with His Royal Highness Prince Philip visiting Tregothnan for the first time. So the Queen Mother came, Prince Charles has been, but to have the Duke at the age of 93 visiting tea plantation, finding out about things like the new Great Blend, which is to help British exports. So really interesting stuff. This all started 3 years ago. He came to Chelsea Flower Show and said, I've heard about this growing in Cornwall. So I said, well, sir, if you wish, you could plant a tea bush at the home of the Honourable Evelyn Boscawen in Tregothnan, where they've lived since 1334. Mr. Boscawen then wrote to him and said, would you like to visit? Would you like to plant a tea bush? And we'll make you some special tea. And today it's happening, so very historic. Really was interested in how you make an estate that's been here since 1334 relevant in the 21st century. So asking a lot of questions about the products we make, why we've created the brand that we have. We say good business is done over a good cup of tea.
That'll be enough, yep.
It tastes just like tea.
Good. We talked a lot about how we grow tea, why it's different to India, different to China. Of course, he's been to India, so he knew a lot. He had a lot of detailed questions for the team and for myself, and for the owners, of course. He was fascinated to find out about how they brought camellias in 210 years ago, because camellia is what tea comes from. Why we're the only tea plantation in the UK. Thank you. It's still #1 drink in the world. Coffee is still second to tea. We're hoping to make this the most royal blend in history. We prepared everything we thought, but of course he wants to go behind the scenes and look at everything else, and fantastically interested, engaged with people. We've homed in on some very interesting estate products, but not any old bouquet, actually one that you could eat. He says, don't tell me it's got tea in it. And of course it did have tea in it. So in here we have a blend of tea called the Great Tea. Really wanted to know about how does the next 700 years look to an estate like this. So a lot of questions about branding, marketing, packaging, distribution, and why is it that the Tregothnan brand is working so well overseas? What are our plans for making tea more contemporary? We've introduced our head beekeeper. He spent a long time really probing the whole business about queen bees, and he really had the team in hysterics at one point because he was saying, what a terrible thing for the bees to have to go through. He's got a great sense of humour. Prince, of course, is probably a world authority on barbecues, so he was fascinated by the fact that Tregothnan is the UK's largest manufacturer of charcoal. Tregothnan loves planting woodlands. It's got hundreds of acres of new woodlands every year. So we've created a 60-acre woods to mark the 60 years of Her Majesty's reign. So he planted an oak, given to us to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee in 2012. It's a really historic day to celebrate the long reign of Her Majesty.